Honorable members, I call the House to order. The first item on today's agenda is the laying of paper. Honorable Minister of Education, Shri Yogendra V, to lay paper.
Madam Chairperson, I beg to lay on the table of the House the annual report of the Ministry of Education for the year 2024 to 2025. The performance report of the National Educational Policy 2020 and its progress till date. The statement on the implementation of the rights to education, which was amended in 2024, and the copies of the notified rules under the New Education Commission Act 2025. Thank you.
Papers have been laid. We now move to the next item, motion of thanks on the Honorable President's address. I call upon the member, Ms. Riya Gupta, to move the motion.
Madam Chairperson, I rise to move the following motion, that the members of this Youth Rajya Sabha do hereby thank the Honorable President for the gracious address delivered to both houses of the Youth Parliament, assembled together on 25th November 2025. Madam, the President's address has laid down a visionary roadmap for a Viksit Bharat by 2047. It has rightly emphasized inclusive education, skill development, digital empowerment, women-led development, and sustainable growth. The announcement of 10 new national centers of excellence in AI and quantum technology, the expansion of Atal Thinking Labs to every district, and the promise of free higher education loans on merit are revolutionary steps. I wholeheartedly support the vision articulated by the Honorable President and urge the House to adopt this motion unanimously. I move the motion.
Motion moved. I now call upon the Leader of Opposition, Ms. Sharmishta Datta, to second the motion or present the opposition's view.
Madam Chairperson, I beg to second the motion moved by the Honorable Leader of the House. However, while we express our gratitude to the Honorable President for her gracious address, we cannot ignore certain gaps between promise and performance. The address speaks of free higher education loans on merit. Yet, thousands of meritorious students from the marginalized communities continue to struggle with collateral demands. The NEP 2020 completes 5 years, but over 38% of government school still lacks basic digital infrastructure. The promise of 10 new centers of excellence is welcome, but we need clarity on whether existing institutions in backward regions strengthen first. The youth of this country wants job, not just jargon. The address is silent on the alarming rate of educated unemployment and the delay in filing 35 lakh vacant government posts. Therefore, while seconding the motion, I move the following amendment, that in the motion of thanks, after the words, thank the Honorable President for the gracious address, the following be added, but regret that the address has failed to adequately address the issues of educated unemployment, delay in filing government vacancies, digital divide in rural schools, and the continued burden of collateral. I second the motion with this amendment and urge the House to accept it.
The motion has been moved and seconded with an amendment. The discussion on the motion of thanks is now open. Members may speak for not more than 3 minutes each. Mr. Abid Raza Misbani.
So, मोहतरमा चेयरपर्सन और मुअज़्ज़ज़ अरकान ऐवान, मैं सदर जमहूरिया के खिताब इफ्तिताह पर मुशर्रफ थैंक्स पेश करते हुए ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि इनके खिताब ने मुल्क के लिए एक वाज़ेह सिमत और मुस्बत वज़न यानी इफ़ेक्टिव वज़न बताया है, जो कि तालीमी नौजवानों के रोज़गार और ख़वातीन की बाइख्तियारी बनाने के लिए डिजिटल और आज के ज़माने में जो कि एआई आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का ज़माना है, तो इन्होंने जो भी बातें कही हैं, मैं सदर जमहूरिया के इन ख्यालात की मुकम्मल हिमायत करता हूँ और मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि इनकी द्वारा पेश किए गए पॉलिसियाँ जल्द अमली नताइज की सूरत में सामने आएंगी और मैं इस ऐवान से गुजारिश करता हूँ कि मेरे इस मोशन ऑफ थैंक को मंजूर किया जाए।
Miss Aditi Gupta.
On behalf of all the members of this august House, I rise to convey our sincere thanks to you for the manner in which you have conducted these proceedings of Rajya Sabha during this session. Your wise guidance, impartiality, and adherence to the high tradition of parliamentary democracy have ensured that even amidst sharp differences of opinion, the dignity of this House has been fully maintained. Under your leadership, the Rajya Sabha has been able to transact important legislative and other business with other decorum, while giving ample opportunity to members from all parties and groups to present their views. Your patience in hearing every side, your firm but fair ruling, and your consent emphasis on discipline and constructive debate have greatly strengthened the functioning of this Council of States. We are particularly grateful for your efforts to protect the rights and privileges of members, to encourage meaningful participation by newer and younger members, and to ensure that the voice of every region of our country find respectful spaces in this chamber. Your insistence on decorous languages, time management, and adherence to the rulers of the procedures has enhanced the efficiency and prestigious our proceedings. Ma'am, this House deeply appreciates your tireless work behind the scene, your availability to members for guidance, and your commitment to upholding the constitutional role of the Rajya Sabha as a deliberative and revising chamber. We place on record our profound appreciation of your service and look forward to your continued guidance in this session to come. With these words, Honorable Chairman, I once again express on behalf of all members of this House our heartfelt thanks and deep sense of gratitude to you. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Miss Ankita Saini.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I rise today to move the motion of thanks on President inspiring and visionary address. Ma'am, the President's speech was not just a collection of words, it was a roadmap of conviction, commitment to building the Viksit Bharat before 2047. It beautifully captured India's civilized depth and our journey towards global leadership. Today, India is not merely progressing, India is transforming. Under the leadership of our government, the nation had witnessed historic achievements that were unimaginable a decade ago. Economy. In 2014, our GDP was $2 trillion. Today, we stand at $4.3 trillion, the world's fifth largest economy. And we are marching with a clear resolving towards a $30 trillion economy, an economy that is inclusive, innovative, and people centric. Digital revolution. Ma'am, a nation where a tea vendor accepts UPI is not a developing nation, it is a digitally empowered nation. This is a new India, fast, transparent, and technologically confident. Infrastructure. highways from 91,000 km to 1.46 lakh, airports from 74 to 160 km. This is not development, this is a revolution in connectivity. Our targets of 400 airports by 2047 reflects our ambition. Social welfare, whether it is the 5 crore houses under PM Awas Yojana, tap water for 15.68 crore households, our government has ensured that the development reaches the last person in the queue. Women development. When more than 10 crores women in SHGs, 26 maternity leaves, and a record of 4.49 lakh crore rupees allocations for women welfare, this is true women-led development. Sustainability. India is the fourth largest renewable energy producer in the world. Under PM Surya Ghar Mukti Bijli Yojana, lakhs of families now get solar powered electricity. This is growth with responsibility. Ma'am, the President reminded us the Panch Pran, the 11th Sankalp, and 6 anchors of Viksit Bharat. These are not just slogans, these are our directions, our discipline, and our duty. This government has shown that this politics of promises can become the politics of performance. This government has shown that India doesn't follow the world, India leads the world. As a proud member of parliament from the ruling party, I believe that the next 20 years will define the next
Ma'am, you may conclude.
200 years of our nation. The youth of India, are not the vultures of future. We are the architects of it. I wholeheartedly support President address and urge the House to pass the motion of thanks with full consent. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Ms. Manokamna Pandey.
अध्यक्ष महोदय और इस गरिमामयी सदन के सभी सम्मानित सदस्य, सभी को नमस्कार। मैं आज यहाँ राष्ट्रपति के संबोधन पर केवल धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करने के लिए नहीं, बल्कि खतरनाक रूप से प्रस्तुत खूबसूरत भ्रम के सामने एक आवश्यक प्रतिकथा प्रस्तुत करने के लिए उपस्थित हूँ। संबोधन में विकसित भारत 2047 की बात की गई, एक भव्य दृष्टि जो केवल बढ़ते हुए आंकड़ों पर टिकी है। मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ, क्या यह एक समृद्ध राष्ट्र का खाका है या केवल आम नागरिक के कष्टों की नींव पर बना एक संख्यात्मक मीनार? विपक्ष में हमारा कर्तव्य यह मूलभूत प्रश्न पूछना है कि विकसित भारत आखिर किसके लिए? राष्ट्रपति जी ने घोषणा की कि हमारा सकल घरेलू उत्पाद दोगुना होकर 4.3 ट्रिलियन डॉलर हो गया है। हम इसका स्वागत करते हैं, लेकिन पूछना होगा यह धन कहाँ गया? आंकड़े दर्शाते हैं कि कुल संपत्ति का 40% से अधिक हिस्सा अब सबसे अमीर 1% आबादी के पास है। यह आर्थिक गति नहीं, आर्थिक केंद्रीकरण है। हमें समाधानों की धरती बताया जाता है, फिर भी युवा बेरोजगारी दर अब भी लगभग 14.6% के खतरनाक स्तर पर बनी हुई है। तो स्वरोजगार का जश्न अक्सर औपचारिक नौकरियों से असुरक्षित अनौपचारिक काम की ओर पलायन को छिपाता है, या केवल रोजगार का सृजन का बोझ व्यक्ति पर डालना है। हम यूपीआई लेन देन और हाई स्पीड इंटरनेट के विस्तार का स्वागत करते हैं, लेकिन डिजिटल खाई अभी भी मौजूद है। डिजिटल इंडिया का मतलब केवल डिजिटली जुड़ा हुआ इंडिया नहीं होना चाहिए, इसका मतलब डिजिटली सशक्त इंडिया होना चाहिए। हम हाई स्पीड कॉरिडोर और 400 हवाई अड्डों के लिए आक्रामक लक्ष्य रखते हैं। कंक्रीट और स्टील का यह जुनून लेकिन मानव पूंजी की कीमत पर आ रहा है। हमारे राजमार्ग विश्व स्तरीय बन रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारे प्राथमिक स्वास्थ्य केंद्रों में विश्व स्तरीय निवेश कहाँ है? किसी राष्ट्र का मूल्यांकन उसके एक्सप्रेस वे से नहीं, बल्कि उसके सबसे गरीब नागरिकों के स्वास्थ्य और शिक्षा से होता है। हमारी स्वास्थ्य नीति की सबसे बड़ी त्रासदी सार्वजनिक व्यवस्था को मजबूत करने के बजाय एक बीमा योजना पर निर्भर करता है। सरकार के अपने आंकड़े दिखाते हैं कि स्वास्थ्य पर सार्वजनिक खर्च जीडीपी का केवल 1.9% था, जो अंतरराष्ट्रीय स्तर पर स्वीकृति न्यूनतम 2.5% से काफी कम है। आयुष्मान कार्ड बेकार है यदि ग्रामीण पीएचसी में डॉक्टर, नर्स और दैनिक उपकरण ही नहीं है। यदि महिलाएं वास्तव में विकास का नेतृत्व कर रही हैं, तो उनके लिए लाखों गुणवत्तापूर्वक सुरक्षित औपचारिक नौकरियां कहाँ हैं? महिला श्रम बल भागीदारी दर वैश्विक रूप से शर्मनाक बनी हुई है। सच्चा सशक्तिकरण आर्थिक स्वतंत्रता और अपराध से सुरक्षा की मांग करता है, न कि केवल प्रतीकात्मक योजना की। माननीय सदस्यगण, राष्ट्रपति के संबोधन ने एक ऐसे विजन 2047 प्रस्तुत की। मैम, हम विपक्ष में ऐसे विकसित भारत का समर्थन करने के लिए तैयार हैं जो जमीन के ऊपर की ओर बनाया गया हो। विकसित भारत के स्तंभों को पुनर्गठित किया जाना चाहिए ताकि किसान, झुग्गी निवासी और बेरोजगार युवा $30 ट्रिलियन की कहानी में केवल फुटनोट ना हो, बल्कि हमारे सामूहिक भाग्य के मुख्य वास्तुकार हों। आइए हम एक ऐसा भारत बनाएं जो वास्तव में विकसित हो, न केवल अपनी अर्थव्यवस्था में बल्कि हर एक नागरिक की गरिमा और कल्याण में। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Mr. Nimish Lamyan.
Honorable Chairman, sir, I thank you for following this independent voice to be heard. Sir, we are discussing parliamentary leadership, but I stand here to ask, did we lead or did we concede? As an independent member, I am not here to defend the treasury benches nor to amplify the slogans of the opposition. I am here to speak for the institution itself. First, the lockdown of legislature. When the nation faced its darkest hour during the pandemic, the executive displayed speed, but this parliament, the soul of our democracy, fell silent. For months, while the executive issued notifications, the legislature was absent. Third, parliamentary oversight cannot be a casualty of a crisis. It must be the cure. We saw other democracies convene virtually within weeks. We, the IT superpower of the world, in future crises, this house must function 24/7, physically or digitally. We cannot check the government if we are not in session. Second, the crisis of federalism. Third, this is the Council of States, Rajya Sabha. Our primary mandate is to protect the interests of the states. During the crisis, we saw chief ministers crying out for resources, oxygen, banks, vaccines, and GST dues. The friction between the center and the states cost lives. Where was the leadership of this house then? We should have been the bridge. Instead, we allowed the crisis to become a partisan tug of war. As the House of Elders, we failed to act as the cooling chamber against the heat of political blame games. 3. The way forward. I conclude with a specific demand. We need a permanent joint parliamentary committee on national emergencies. It must have statutory powers to meet instantly during a crisis. It must transcend party lines to order relief work in real time, not post-mortem. Let us resolve that never again will the doors of this parliament be shut when the people need them open the most. Jai Hind.
Miss Riya Gupta.
Honorable Madam Chairperson, I rise today to express my strong gratitude for the President's speech, one that goes beyond highlighting success by setting forth a determined and forward-looking plan towards Viksit Bharat 2047. The address points to a simple fact. Bharat now isn't just moving forward, but Bharat is getting ready to take charge. Madam Chairperson, for long, India dreamt of becoming a global leader. Today, under the discursive, reform-driven governance, we are not dreaming, we are delivering. The President's address emphasized the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat, which includes UPI enabling crores of digital transactions every single day, to 4G and 5G reaching the remotest villages. Atmanirbhar Bharat had become the expressway of the modern economy. And this shift isn't it merely about upgrading, but a digital movement of equalization. Madam Chairperson, the Honorable President also pointed our progress in space and defense exploration quite fairly, as our defense forces are now stronger, prouder, and more self-reliable. Here, as the defense exports increased more than 23 times in a decade. In addition to it, India also developed indigenous platforms like INS Vikrant, LCS Prachand, Pinaka, Tejas, and these all government developments reflect the growing self-reliance. Likewise, in technology and space, also India has advanced to global leadership. The Chandrayaan-3, Aditya L1, and the preparation for Gaganyaan shows the capability and confidence. Similarly, the new reforms taken in semiconductors, artificial intelligence, quantum tech, and cybersecurity marks India's next frontier in global market. Today, we are not waiting for 2047 to define us. We are building the Bharat that will define 2047. Our economy now is powered by the people, the farmer empowered by PM Kisan Yojana, the entrepreneur powered by Startup India, the youth powered by Digital India, and of course, the Nari Shakti, who are no longer just policy makers but co-architects of growth. Honorable Madam Chairperson, countries stay in history not because of their struggles, yet due to their decision. With these words, I conclude. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
The discussion is now closed. Representatives member ruling may reply to the debate.
Madam Chairperson, I thank all the honorable members for their valuable suggestion. The concerns raised by the opposition are noted, and the government remains committed to bridging every gap. The education loan scheme is being reviewed to remove collateral completely by April 26, and a social recruitment drive for 20 lakh vacancies has already been announced. I urge the opposition to withdraw the amendment in the larger national interest.
Does the member of opposition, Samishta Datta, wish to withdraw the amendment?
No, madam, we press for division.
There will be a division on the amendment. The amendment moved by the leader of opposition is negative. I now put the original motion to vote. Those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Those against the motion will say no.
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 The ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion of thanks on the Honorable President's address is adopted. The House stands adjourned until the further notice.